Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Beyond the Frame Live. Well, all of you guys know I'm Dottie San Martin and my sidekick Orly is here, but that's not what we're here for today. We are so excited and can't wait to share with you. We have Kevin Farley on the show today. Hi, Kevin.
How's it going?
It's going great. Viewers, I want to just kind of set the stage here just a little bit. Kevin has just been in a movie called Grumpy Old Santa as Pastor Kris. And, you know, it's really interesting. If you've not seen this movie, you need to go out and watch it. It takes place and is really centered around a bowling center in East Texas. And it talks about and shows something that for years has been done, and that's a turkey shoot. So I want to introduce Kevin. Kevin, we are so excited to have you. We've been going back and forth via email, and I hope you sensed our excitement for having you on the show. So welcome to Beyond the Frame Live.
Well, it's my pleasure to be here, and I thank you for thinking of me and bowling and turkey shoots and the whole thing. It's just an honor to be here.
Well, thank you very much. I have to say, I myself have watched the movie, and kudos, you guys captured it so well. But it looked like it just gelled. It looked like the cast was just a great group of people. So we're going to kind of put this all together for our viewers today. Before you did this movie, have you bowled before?
Oh, yeah. You know, I grew up in Wisconsin. So Wisconsin is like fishing and bowling and hiking and skiing. And so, but bowling is a big part of our culture growing up. So, yeah, I was bowling ever since I was a young lad.
Yeah, I'm living in Wisconsin now. As you can see, you know, I wore my hat today. I was gonna wear my Badger hat.
You wore your Badger hat, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, like you said, there's not either. There's always at least one bowling alley in a town, church, and what's the third thing?
Well, Packers, anything Packers.
Packers bars. There it is.
Packers bars,
That's right. That's right. So I'm curious, why in the world was Texas chosen?
Jay Walters, the guy that wrote it, I think he wanted it there. And Micah, who was also a producer and writer, they were both from that area. So they thought they could, you know, when you're doing small budget movies, you try to get as many favors as you possibly can. So being from that area, they thought they could, you know, raise some favors with bowling alley and a church and this kind of thing.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So let me ask you, what was it like for you filming in East Texas?
Oh, it was interesting. We had a tornado when we were in the middle of our filming, you know, and I guess I get the area. We were in Longview, I think. And yeah, there was a tornado that came through. We had to stop shooting and go to a secured area. It was pretty wild.
Oh, wow. So you got to experience a Texas tornado. I mean, yeah, you should feel really special.
Yeah, I was. I see how the weather can all of a sudden turn on you there. And one day it's really sunny and nice, and the next time we're headed for the hills, you know. But
yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. But you know, the people were very nice. We were using someone's land in their pond, and yeah, everyone was very friendly to us, you know. Being a big movie production, this and that, you know, you sort of feel like you're intruding on places, but everyone was really nice. Everyone was very open to shooting, and so it was nice.
And when it came to the part, was it like an audition on this, or did they kind of have you in mind already?
They have, you know, I've been in the business long enough where people kind of see that I can do things, you know. So there's some things I need to audition for, and then other things that they're like, well, yeah, you look pretty good for this one. So this time they just said, hey, will you do this? And I said, sure.
So I have to ask you, Kevin, how far off is Kevin Farley from Pastor Kris?
I brought a lot of myself, I think, to the role, just because yeah, I thought I could do that. You know, I didn't want to put on a Southern accent. Really, I'm not that good at it. You know, I'm not really. You know, I think I'm serviceable with acting. You know, but I don't want to go too far away from my persona. You know,
Absolutely.
so yeah, I that's kind of who I am. That that person. Yeah, yeah.
So we know that you do, not only acting, you do some comedy, you do some producing and writing. Is there one that's a little bit, favored over the others?
Right now, I'm doing a lot of stand up, and I think I really enjoy it. I do enjoy it. It's the immediacy of stand up that I really enjoy, but it's also, it could be tough because, I've had my
Yeah.
share of bad shows, and, but the immediacy of the reaction to people doing whatever you feel is funny is gratifying. This particular movie we shot, I think last year or something, or yeah, somewhere in like November or something like that, December. And so it just takes a long time to, see what you've done on screen,
100%. I want to make a mention, you got a shout out and a hello from Bill Gay, who's watching us today. Bill, thanks for joining us. Kevin, hello from Bill Gay.
Hi, Bill. How are you?
Speaking of being funny, I have to share with you, first of all, I love your turkey suit. It was amazing. It just, you fit it, you made it look so good, right?
Well,
but I want to also let you know, Orly was very jealous of that.
Yeah.
Very jealous. He's seeking it out because we have a master class coming up that we're going to be presenting on Halloween. And he already asked me, he said, I gotta find Kevin's turkey suit. I'm going to wear it. So I'm like, okay. So you started something.
You called Jay up. I'm sure he'd let you have it. I don't know. It wasn't the most comfortable thing in the world. And it got kind of hot there.
I can imagine. And yeah, but you made it look really good. You really did it.
And speaking of that turkey suit, the interactions with Terry during the movie, were those scripted or were those I kind of felt like they were a little improv,
Yeah, I made all that up. Yeah, they told me I had done something with a guy. They were just saying, call out things like turkey and this and that. And then I made up a guy, Terry, who was drunk during the whole thing. And I picked on
perfect.
Terry.
Yeah, Terry became kind of a running joke, and I think they kept at the end, they kept that in there, which I think was pretty fun.
I think Terry's visited a lot of bowling centers across the U.S. What do you think?
Yeah. I
we all have a Terry.
we all know the Terry. Yeah.
We all know the Terry.
God bless him.
Yeah, God bless him for sure. Probably gotten kicked out a few times along the way too. So
he's got a problem.
Yeah, for sure. Well, what is your favorite memory of this whole experience?
Just meeting the people. The people involved were really neat, and also getting to see that part of Texas. Yeah. And also being able to just do what I wanted with the character. I had a lot of freedom with that, and they allowed that, and so that's really fun when you can do that, because I can come to set and have an idea, and they're like, oh, they were very open to it. So I was appreciative of that. It
definitely comes across. I mean, you, that's why I asked the question, how far apart are the two? It was perfect, and you were perfectly set for that role because it came from within, right? It was very easy for you to be yourself, right, in that role.
Right. Yeah, I didn't have to think about too many acting points or anything like that. I was just freed up to sort of improvise and have fun with it.
Yeah.
I didn't. So that made it very gratifying.
And how long did it take y'all to film?
Huh?
How long did it take y'all to film it?
Not long. I think I was there 3 weeks, and then I think they had longer shoots, but I was there for 3 weeks.
Okay. Well, that doesn't sound too terrible to be in Texas, in East Texas, for 3 weeks.
No, it wasn't bad.
Just in case you can't tell, I don't have a Texas accent. I am in San Antonio, Texas, but I think I sound normal, right?
Sure you do. Yeah. I can sense a little bit of a Texas accent, but yeah.
Aw.
Well, Texans is so nice, and polite, I enjoy that about that, I love going there because everyone's so polite and manners are, I think, kind of lacking if you go, well, if you go to a lot of different states, I mean, it's
Yeah.
not that I'm ragging on different states, but they don't have the real Southern manners, like that they do down there, down in Texas, It's just such a lovely place to be, for a long time because everyone is very polite to one another, It's nice.
That Yeah, and you really notice that when of course, I was born and raised in Texas, but when you move away from that, the
Yeah.
state, and you move away, you really, really appreciate what you left behind. So,
Right, and the thing about Texans is they demand manners. So when they go somewhere, you don't want to mess with a person from Texas.
might pull
Right.
out that shotgun, right?
Oh, that's the thing is they're very polite, but then when you're not polite, it's like, oh, look out, hello. No,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
insist on,
Watch out.
yeah, they insist on manners, and it's not a matter of choice. No, no, they
Yeah.
insist. Yeah.
And Kevin, this one's probably, I'm sure you've answered this a million times, but just curious, like you've worked with a ton of people, you've had parts in a ton of different movies, Joe Dirt, Waterboy, a lot of my favorites. So you've had the chance to work with a lot of people. Is there kind of a favorite person that you've ever worked with and someone that you maybe have not worked with that you would love to work with someday?
I grew up working. I grew up looking at a lot of the airplane movies and the Naked Gun movies, and so I was a huge fan of that. And The Onion was in Madison, the newspaper, and it was a satirical thing. And so I'd always wanted to work with David Zucker. I never really believed I ever would, and then I got to work with him on a show called American Carol, on a movie called American Carol, and that was just such a joy to be around someone that in the annals of comedy, to me, is a king. I thought I loved those movies growing up, and and we had such a good time together. I really liked working with David.
And kind of speaking on, stuff from back in the day here, there's a lot of NSYNC talk, reunion talk going around. Is there any Together talk reunion going around?
I'd love to get those guys together. I think Alex still acts. I know he's sitting around in a lot of stuff. I don't know about Noah. I haven't seen him in a while, and I know last I heard, Evan lives in Nashville, and obviously we lost Mikey. But us four, if we could get our lyrics together,
We'll be watching for that.
yeah, we just have to do a few practices.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, I want to ask, the setting and the bowling center and everything was just, a very typical setting that you would see in a small town bowling center. And you mentioned that you bowled as a child. Do you have a favorite bowling memory?
We had a lot of birthdays, around bowling alleys. So my friend and I shared a birthday together, and we would switch bowling alleys sometimes, or share a bowling alley. I think most of my young life was spent on my birthdays anyway, at a bowling alley. So I just equate birthdays with bowling alley, and a lot of parties with bowling alleys. So I kind of grew up like that. Yeah.
And turkey shoots, right?
And turkey shoots, yeah.
Well, Orly, do you have anything else that I know we were just so excited to have Kevin on the show, and have we tapped into all of your questions, Orly?
Yeah, I think so. I do have, I know you mentioned stand-up. You do a lot of stand-up. I mean, first off, is there anything anything else you want to promote, or any dates that you want to get out there for people that are going to be in your area?
Well, in fact, I'm going to be at Dallas and McKinney, Texas on Friday. Yeah, I'm going to be there on Friday. I'm going to be at the Comedy Arena. I have 2 shows there, and this is I don't know when this airs, but I'll be there on Friday. And so I have that. And you could go on my website, kevinfarleyofficial.com, and see where my next gig is.
Awesome.
And,
well, We are live, so we do have viewers all over the place. So all of our Dallas, Fort Worth Metroplex viewers, make sure that you go see Kevin on Friday.
And I got one for you, Kevin. I got one. So for the people that haven't really followed your stand-up, which I have, I'm a big fan, by the way, but I have to ask you this, and this will kind of be an inside thing for the people that don't follow your comedy, and they're going to have to kind of go search around for it. But I was just curious, have you hung out or talked to Roger Clinton or Don Swayze lately?
Well, they're in our club. They're in my club, you know, and so yeah, that's a joke I have about being the brother of a famous brother.
There you go.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, those guys, they don't call as much anymore. But
Aw.
yeah, but we'll have a meeting one of these days. Frank Stallone just joined. Frank Stallone just joined. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
New member.
Yeah, new member, yeah.
Oh, well, Kevin, we can't thank you enough for taking time. And on top of that, I mean, you had something happen right beforehand. And so I appreciate you taking the time to be with us today. We love the sport of bowling. We love anytime anybody can promote it. And your movie definitely did that for us. And we're grateful for you doing that. It could have taken place in a lot of different venues and focused on a lot of other things. So the fact that you guys staged it around bowling and a turkey shoot and that family environment, like I told Orly prior to us watching it, I watched it before he did, and he goes, "Well, what did you think?" And I said, "It's one of those feel-good movies." And so I thank you for that. And we want to ask you, we always like to ask our guests on the show, this is one of those places where we want to leave our viewers and we want them to think about something or, you know, a feel-good moment. Do you have any words of wisdom? All these people that are affiliated with bowling or entertainment, or we have all kinds of viewers around. We've got baseball enthusiasts, we've got zookeepers, you name it, they're following us. Do you have any words of wisdom from Kevin Farley?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of, I don't know if I have any words of wisdom other than I try to take life, you know, live in the moment, you know, don't worry about the past and always have hope for the future and stay in the moment, you know, because that's where the life is the sweetest. So if you can remain there and remain at peace, I think then you've got life lit.
That actually, those are great words of wisdom. So you have a very, and I'm sure you've heard this a million times before, but you have a calming way of speaking, and that message came across and very nicely. So very refreshing to hear that. So
thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Kevin, thanks so much. I hope the rest of your day, I hope your little emergency is behind you now. And you can go about the rest of your day and have a great day. But thank you very much for what you do, number one, and for taking the time out to be with us here on Beyond the Frame and our viewers across the world. So we all look forward to the next thing that you do. And viewers, if you have not had an opportunity to watch Grumpy Old Santa, go to Amazon Prime and make it a priority today, or set up a time on this weekend and do it. You won't regret it. It will definitely get you in the Christmas spirit. So thank you very much, Kevin. It was a pleasure to meet you. And next time you're in Texas, head on down to San Antonio and look me up.
I sure will. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, you guys.
Absolutely.